Hello everyone, my name is Sama Agnes and join me as I make potato and cabbage for my husband. So here, I'm just vibing to a song as I ginger myself into the cooking mood. So I got my chopping board and then I rinsed it and got it ready to chop the leaves. I had used the slicer prior to this to chop the cabbage itself, but since nothing goes to waste, I had to prep those leaves and get them ready to be chopped and added into my cabbage. So I gathered all the leaves, arranged them into like some chunk, and then I started dicing them. Can you see those slices? Man don't slice even for back market now. See those slices. Then I got it ready. So this is the cabbage that I had already sliced. I sliced prior to this. Yeah, I was able to get this quantity, and then I added the leaves to the chunk, and you see I was able to achieve like very fine and nice slices even with my hands. All of this was put into a bowl, and then I had to get it ready for washing. Now, as you can see, I put it into a pot. This is the biggest pot that I have. Yeah, that's what you get for moving into a house that had two bachelors in it. The pot is really small, but I had to make do with it. So I put the cabbage and then I washed this with salt. No water, I hadn't added any water. And so you wash it with salt, almost like you're washing clothes to extract all of that water because you don't want that water in your food. You wash, and take out all the water. You can do this 2 to 3 times. Yeah, it's quite a tedious process, and if you have an easy way of doing this, you can drop it in the comment section for me. Now, so we used to do for Madam Sama Gladys house. So wash. You squeeze it and you get all the juice out of it, all the water out of it. And then when you've gotten all the water out, you can taste it for salt to make sure that the salt is not too much. If it's too much, you can rinse it out with some water and then squeeze it again. Yes. After you've done all of that, like you've washed your cabbage, you just have to keep it, set it aside. I had already prepared my spices, bell pepper, onions, and the tomato, that's parsley and basil. And then I had to go ahead to prepare my tomatoes. I sliced the tomatoes with, I think, just half an onion, half a bulb of onion together. I sliced them and put into my mini blender so that I could get a very good paste and achieve the cooking. Like cooking could be faster. I went ahead to fry it in oil, in some vegetable oil, and I allowed it to fry on low heat. By the side was my already seasoned chicken and beef. I seasoned that chicken and beef with some ginger and garlic paste alongside some basil, parsley, and celery paste, then some seasoning cubes and small salt. Trust me, the flavor and aroma in the house at this time was, in fact, I don't even know what to say. So I gave it a good stir while still checking on my tomato sauce to make sure that nothing burns. And then I kept mixing and then I was going to move ahead now. That was just some fresh onions I was adding into my chicken and beef. And then I went ahead to get my cabbage and then start putting into my pot. When I made sure I had put everything into my pot, I'll give it like a very good stir to make sure that everything, I mean everything, is evenly mixed, evenly distributed in my pot. As you can see, it's already looking very colorful and it's flavorful at this particular point in time because I also dropped in some cabbage, some ginger and garlic paste into it to give it some small flavor. So I stirred and I went in now with my vegetables, carrots, green beans, the bell peppers. Those peppers are sweet peppers. Then I mixed, not for too long. Yeah, I don't want it to be overly cooked when I'm frying because it'll still get into my cabbage. So I just mixed it. You can see how beautiful and how colorful it looks. In fact, I can assure you the house was smelling beautiful at this particular point in time. So I gave that a good mix, some more onions into the pot. I just so love onions, sha. I added some onions and then everything went into one pot and I gave that a good stir. I stirred it, then I checked on my potatoes. This is sweet potato. You can have it with anything else. I mixed, and then evenly distributed everything to make sure that the marry and the flavor in the house, like the flavor like dives into every item of the food. After mixing, I kept it on very low heat so that it could simmer, and then I'll tidy my environment. So I was cleaning around to make sure that everywhere is clean, everywhere is neat and comfortable, so that when I'm serving my food or when I'm dishing out my food, everywhere is neat, everywhere is tidy and clean, so that the food is served in a very nice, in a very clean and a very neat environment. So here I am cleaning all the things I used, the pots, the plates, the bowls, and here you have the wonderful potato and cabbage. So the cabbage can be eaten with plantain as well. It can be eaten with Irish potato as well, even cassava. It's a very rich meal, rich in a whole good amount of nutrients. And you can see my husband and I now enjoying that meal. He was teasing me because I always want to have, how women are, they want to eat from their husband's food. I did not have food, I was eating with his own. And he was teasing me because I wanted to eat his meat. And we had a wonderful time enjoying ourselves and enjoying the meal because it was delicious. Thanks for watching. Bye.